and they can do what they want because they got the APM to do it.
Hey, Polo, where do you go to, the, what's your, on the website, where do you go?
They got to contact us link, I think.
Okay, okay.
You send an email or something, I guess. But I mean, mutas are just so hard to defend, even as Protoss, because you can't go all stalkers. You can't. It just won't
No,
work.
because they'll have a Ling army and you'll just be destroyed. It's really
And
hard
and
to
and
do.
2 lings is only 1 supply, so
You have to punish them for going that early tech. And like, it's really hard to scout for Protoss unless you go a quick robot.
even then that's pretty hard because once they get the layer up, they can get an overseer.
Yeah, they can deny your scouting pretty easily. It's really dumb how like easy it is to deny scouting.
I think that's why they gave Protoss the extra build time for the or they lowered the build time for the OBS was because
well,
of their
it's really so that you can get that observer out faster and try and catch that tech.
yeah.
Oh my god, this dude dick.
Dick. Penis.
Straight up dick.
JJ. These are the words.
I'm just gonna put myself on mute while you guys just talk about the game because it really, when you think of it, Zerg. I think the only difference between all the races, Zerg has the faster units in the game. They may
No, they
not
don't.
be as powerful,
No,
but they
don't
have the
fast
fast.
at all. They have
the-
A
they have-
speedling
they have
out of
Lings and Mutas.
Let Truon talk.
no, a speedling can outrange every unit. Doesn't matter. They're so fast, a marine can't catch them. How can a marine catch them?
I want to point this out: a marine moves as fast as a hydralist.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like just
Okay,
with
but
that
do you know
what
how
speed
fast-
lings are
That's great.
impossible.
That's great. Congratulations.
What lings? It's almost impossible.
Yeah,
you know,
Ling's
that speed.
counterattacks are fucking dumb. I mean, it's just how like their mobility works.
And I think the real difference, like, and if you know the Zerg starts upgrading their melee and their carb pace, you know, for the upgrades, like lings are just so quick. They can take out a siege tank. They can take out a lot of stalkers. Like and you can have 400 400 lings.
Fucking lag.
Like it's just that's what I was saying. Like I don't know. Like Zerg, I think out of all the races have the quicker units. Like
Well, the
Terran
problem
does with STEM somewhat, but certainly not as quick. Because as STEM pack of Marines, well, she meet us back, but still the meters are quicker.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying. For sure.
That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's broken. I'm just saying
Right.
if you're
Well, I
looking
think-
at the speed aspect.
I
Is
think
that-
part of what you're saying is that it's not broken. That this is this is kind
This
of
is it's just the way that they made the race.
See, but the thing is that like you say, that Zerg have faster units. They have faster units. There's just not a lot of their units are either really fast or really slow. Like Infestor and GG Lords and
Like infestors are
roaches and
slow, but
stuff,
GG lords
like-
are even slower than anything else, right? So
yeah, I
GG
mean it's a matter of opinion because like I mean sure Lings are like the fastest unit in the game, but they're still really slow. Like there's still other not Protoss Zerg units that are like really slow, and so
Sure.
like yeah, and so like it's really unbalanced in Zerg like whenever it comes to like slow and fast units because like Ultralisk and Brood Lords and Infestors are really and like Roach are really slow, and then if you have like
Ultralisk are as
Link,
fast as
I
a
wouldn't say it was imbalanced. I'd say that's
yeah.
probably a direction towards balance that they have
Okay, but,
that they're able to have really
Ultralisk-
strong,
Ultralisk
really
is
fast
fast
units and
as
also
Link.
really strong, really slow units.
yeah.
What the fuck? Ultralisk are as fast as a Ling.
It's not only that, but if you're on creep, you might as well forget it. Because Zerg can
If you're
move
off
that
creep,
much faster on creep too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So creep even makes it even worse.
Yeah, there's 101 games I've lost, and one of the big factors in just my army getting raffle stomp is because I engaged on creep.
Right, you never engage on creep. You're not supposed to. But
Yeah, absolutely.
that's why Zerg try to get the early creeps right too. So the A gives them vision, gives them vision too, because
vision
creep
is
gives them
huge.
vision of the map, and just so your units can move that much faster. And I think they heal faster on creep or no, or is it the same
No,
rate?
they heal fast. No, I think they have a consistent healing rate, no matter what happens. While Protoss has an
And
inconsistent
see,
healing rate.
I don't really get that. Like they can heal up, like without medevacs and without this stuff, they can heal up.
Yeah,
Yet the Terran doesn't really have healing on their tanks other than repair, but that's
but repair you can. It takes multi. It takes micro and multitasking, and it can be taxing on your macro. But you can repair all your units, I do believe.
I mean there's transfuse as well,
Transfuse, yeah,
right?
transfuse.
And transfuse is very powerful too, if it's used in the right way.
Oh yeah, incredibly.
Because I had a friend who played against me several times, and he would have queens,
And you'd
right?
master queen
Like
you.
just no, not mass queen, but he'd have queens too in his army, and he'd just transfuse his queens. Like, how the hell are you supposed to stop that, right?
Wait,
And
so he did go mass queens on you?
no, he didn't go mass queens. He went like kind of like a roach infestor, but it's just when I decided to attack him, he had like two or three queens, right? So he was so good at transfusing them that he could just do it like that, right? He just quicker at the game, right? But he is, he's young too, right? So I'm just saying, like, when you look at all the aspects of what each race has, right? They keep saying that TOS needs fixing, but really, I think every race needs some sort of fixing. I think there's even something about Zerg that people could
Zerg
find that
is
needs
where
fixing.
all the races should be right now.
Yeah.
But it's only Zerg. Zerg is ahead of the two races.
Zerg.
I don't know, playing Panda. I really like. I want to respectfully just say that I do honestly disagree that age is not a factor. Like, I'm not saying that I'm right, and I'm not saying that you're wrong by any means, but I do want to say that honestly, I honestly, just in my own little personal opinion, I do feel like that it is actually a pretty large factor. But I'm not saying that I'm right by any means. I just want to say that in my own opinion, it's just that, yeah, that I do think it is a really big factor. But let me know what you think, man, because I'm definitely not
Yeah,
stuck in my
because
ways.
like my friend, like he's 56, right? He's a really good friend of mine. We're going fishing, but anyway,
Oh, nice.
yeah,
That's really cool.
we're going fishing tomorrow. But anyway, he doesn't use hotkeys, Palo. He
Right on.
doesn't use hotkeys, and he's still 3 times as fast as I am.
Yeah.
And he doesn't use hotkeys, and he can own me.
Yep.
Right. So, but maybe it just comes natural to him. Like there are some people that just naturally. And he said he doesn't want to learn the hotkeys. He said the only way he'll learn is when I beat him.
Well, that's silly.
But I mean, he used to be gold, and he'd beat platinums. He'd literally beat. He'd do the same build every game against every opponent. Like he had one for Terran, one for Zerg, one for Tosh. He did the exact same thing over and over again, and he'd be a top gold. And then he started doing other stuff. Now he's silver. But I mean, he's just he doesn't use hotkeys.
I have known, not really known, but heard of and watched this master a little bit, who doesn't use any hotkeys also in these masters.
Yeah.
And the
so,
biggest advice I would give to that is, it doesn't mean that you're any better, that you're not using hotkeys and that you're as good as your buddy. Like, that doesn't make you any better. What it does mean is that you're gonna do twice as much work and get the same results as your
yeah,
buddy.
like it could, like it just comes down to basic mechanics. Like I don't know, it could be like you could not know any hotkey in the world and still come out to beat a person who knows hotkeys.
Yeah,
But you
sure.
just may have better mechanics. Like you just may know the timings
Yeah,
better
and
than that person, right?
and have a very clear checklist as to what you need to get done.
Yeah, like
Right.
at what time in the game do you need to do something, right?
Hmm.
So like my friend, he was really good at that because like he'd come, and when he'd come, he'd have like medevacs and tanks and just or do banshee thing, you know. Before they even nerfed him, he used to do hellion drops too. But he was just quick at doing it, and he wasn't a micro intensive guy by any means. Like, but he was just quicker at making things. So he was more like macro. He's more he could make units, but he couldn't really do anything with it. So I don't know if that makes sense. Like
No, that makes sense.
more of a macro person. Like he could always like make the SUV or make a unit or whatever from his barracks, right? But when it got later in the later round, sometimes you just totally forget, and that's so he'd win his games within the first 10, 15 minutes, and right? Because that's the way I used to be as Terran, right? For the first like 10 minutes, I was really good. I could make things because you're not getting harassed or whatever, and then you make your little push at whatever time you're making it, right? And some of the pushes were so strong that it just put you kind of in the defensive position where you had to do something, right? So it really comes down to like the play style. Well, age has factor. Like I said, age does have factor. But play style. Play style is the big thing, right?
Makes sense.
I think I know. It's just what do I know? I guess I'm a Ronzi, but I just know so many people that are really good at the game. Like I know his like nephew is a GM Protoss, and he's like 21 now, but he's a Grandmaster.
Yeah, dude. Well, there's a 15-year-old grandmaster that streams every
Yeah,
once
I
in a while.
mean,
Like, yeah, in a
the
yeah.
kids are just
To be
quicker.
realistic, I do think you can be any age. Like, I think through watching a lot of streams, you can be any age and be grandmaster.
Yeah, that's right.
But everyone has a little, yeah, everyone has a different journey. Some
Everyone
people
has their own
catch on to
opinions.
different things, and other people,
Yeah, it just depends on how you do things, right?